Alright guys, welcome back, and today we have Daredevil Born Again, Episode 4, Sic Semper Systema. No!
How did you get in here?
I want to see my uncle, Hector Ayala. They killed him, didn't they?
We don't know. We don't know that, Angela.
Come on, you're a lawyer. You ain't dumb.
I'm sorry.
I hate them, Mr. Murdoch. I hate this city. No one's doing anything about it, and no one's ever gonna do anything about it. Because he was just Hector from the Heights, and they're the fucking cops.
Woo! I think it's time for Daredevil to make a return. You're gonna let that little girl cry in your arms and you're not gonna bring Daredevil back out? Is this Muse? Finally? Yeah! I'm so excited for Muse. He just looks so creepy and perfect. Oh man.
No,
just a quick bite.
I can't. Stop making me feel guilty.
Okay, fine.
You got two girls that want to go eat with you, and you just want to get back to Daddy Fisk. You gonna do something, Matt?
Maybe just for a moment we can acknowledge the affair.
My father, he would leave for weeks at a time. He drank. He gambled. His behavior aided my mother, crushed her. I never respected her for that. I needed to feel alive, not crushed down. When you left, you hurt me.
You never told me.
I never had a reason to.
These are some of the best Vanessa scenes we've ever gotten.
Wilson, did you confront this man?
We had a dialogue.
Who talks like that? We had a dialogue.
And where is Adam now?
I don't know. My husband is capable of many, many things. Some of them extreme. Harming me is not one of them.
The one thing he would never harm.
Hey, look at this. I get the friggin' blind dude. Bring on the blind justice.
Store security guard will testify that when he detained you, you were in possession of multiple boxes of fiddle-faddle caramel corn.
Fiddle-faddle.
Could it have been a scroll?
What? That's a really funny connection, actually. Scrolls were like the last thing I would expect to be mentioned in Daredevil. That's really cool that like the general public is just aware of them now. As much as we want to ignore the fact that Secret Invasion exists.
Let's just keep him off the streets for 35
Come on,
days.
Sophia. You really want to prove a point with some stolen caramel corn on Latvian Heritage Day?
How'd you know I was Latvian?
Pretty sure you snuck a piece of honey cake for breakfast.
Wow.
It's blind. And while we're on it, isn't it worth pointing out that the name of the crime we're dealing with here is petty larceny, from the French petit, meaning...
All right, one time.
Oh. No, okay. Father wore this badge, my brother wears this badge, 4 of my fucking cousins wear this badge. They're all knuckleheads, but they're good cops, so I wear this fucking badge with honor counts.
Man, the F-bombs. Disney. It's nice that Deadpool and Wolverine wasn't a fluke.
Greatest city on earth.
I beg to differ.
I told the people of the city I was gonna come out of the gate strong. That's exactly what I'm gonna do.
Hell yeah.
And we can't get their approval until we ask the public advocate to put it on the docket.
That's the first step.
Yes, sir.
Let's take that step.
I was basically gonna say everything that you did, so.
I've been joked around by the system my whole life. Last time I got 30 days, I missed my SSI appointment and they cut my benefits. Bad enough trying to live on food stamps, but when they cut it, man, it takes forever to get that shit back regular. Start eating throwaway crap from supermarket dumpsters, begging for change, for food. They're willing to spend 5 times more to lock me up than they're willing to spend to feed me. And you come in here and tell me that that's a gift?
You're right.
When you put it like that.
You gotta see this.
Just let it out. Daniel what?
Such talent, and again, you were wonderful. And as they say, the city never sleeps.
Bro can knock it out of there faster.
I want an all-hands meeting, now! Where am I?
Oh god.
You are all here to help me execute my promises to the people. Simple promises.
There's the Kingpin coming out.
I completely made a mistake. This entire thing is my fault.
Everybody out! Out!
So I can brutally murder this man.
I'm not gonna fire you.
I'll pack my things right away.
I said I'm not gonna fire you. Or you, Sheila.
Sir, I don't deserve to.
Daniel, just shut up.
Are you If you ever do anything like that again, it will be the last thing that you ever do.
Whew. Yeah, it'll never happen again because you'll be dead. Muse!
9mm to the temple, execution style.
I know you're in.
Oh, yes! Woo!
God damn it. Hey, Ben, good?
Peachy.
Yes! Let's go!
Clyde and mine were shot, Frank. Guess whose logo I found on the bullet casing?
Oh, God.
You know, you could use all this. It could be a service.
Are you a service, Red?
Red!
Prance around the city in a Halloween costume, beating the snot out of bad guys? For your service.
I mean,
Yes!
I was downrange, Red. Look at what it got me.
oh, I apologize. I didn't realize you were a victim in all this.
I ain't used that pussy ass word my entire life. You don't put it in my mouth, you understand
All
that?
right, so you tell me what's going on, buddy. What are you doing down here?
I'll tell you what I think, Red.
Tell me. Tell me what you think.
I don't think you came here for my help. See, I think you want my permission. You come at me with that horse shit about saving lives. How about that friend of yours? You save his life.
Oh!
It's not about him.
Then say his name.
It's not about him. It's not about him.
Ah, for Christ's sake, say his name. You hate yourself. He's eating you up because you ain't done a goddamn thing about it.
Oh!
Sorry. I apologize.
What are you sorry for? First honest thing you did, Red.
It's not about him.
No.
Okay.
It's all about him. He talks to you, doesn't he?
Oh.
Every time I start moving, I still hear my little boy. I see him, and I hear his voice. He says, "Get him, Daddy." Every last single one of them, get him.
I ran him down.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
I did what I had to do. And I let the system take care of the rest.
Oh, you and your goddamn sick. So what now? Every day Bullseye goes to the chow hall, eats his slop. You know he gets to breathe the same air that you breathe. You feel good about that? He got life! How about old Foggy? He got life.
Oh.
He was the kindest, purest soul I ever met. Guys like you and me, we could work a lifetime and never measure up to his decency. Goodbye, Frank.
What a scene! Oh my god! Oh, that was incredible. Oh, it's the same Frank we remember too. Him just like going on his monologues and just getting right down to the soul of Matt. Just making him tick, man. Like, he just really knows how to get under his skin and just like get to the truth of the matter. I mean, that was bringing me back to that rooftop scene in season 2. That was so good.
When I was a boy.
When I was a boy. I love that it still has the blood splatter on it. Oh, rabbit in a snowstorm. Oh! Yo! Like riding a bike, right?
I was told forgiveness. Would you agree with that, Adam?
Oh!
Please.
He's coming back!
Let me out!
Woo! Oh. Oh, it's not over. Oh, Muse. Ugh. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, man, he looks so awesome. Woo, what an episode. Man, that might be my favorite episode of the season. That and episode 1, those are close. Man, I am just so happy to say that Frank Castle is back, and just like John Bernthal has not missed a beat. I mean, just like how Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio perfectly stepped back into their roles, same with John Bernthal. I mean, that was Frank Castle. And we know from set photos that we're going to get a whole lot more of him in full Punisher getup later in the season, so I cannot wait. But just that scene, that really took me back to like the rooftop scene in season 2 of Daredevil. Just like, I love a good Punisher monologue, and just him and Matt just have such a great back and forth, and it just like the way they bounce off each other, and just like their opposing like views and ideologies, and how like one of my favorite lines ever is like when Punisher said, "You're one bad day away from being me." Like, that is so good. And it's true. We've seen Matt, especially in season 3 of Daredevil, almost pushed to the point of like throughout the majority of the season, he was going to kill Kingpin. But then like he finally came to his senses toward the end. But like even in episode 1, I mean, he threw Bullseye off that building, not caring if he lived or died at that point. So, which we're supposed to see him again at some point too. So I don't know when he'll come back into play. I mean, they really nailed Frank in this episode, because like obviously you get that really intense side, but then like that little moment of like him like talking about his son and stuff like that. It's just like there is that like really sympathetic side of Frank. Like we got to see both sides there, and just like him just like poking Matt just relentlessly to where it's like Matt finally breaks and hits him, and he just starts crying over Foggy. That was such a powerful scene. I love that so much. That scene and the diner scene with Matt and Fisk, those are top 2 scenes so far. Those 2 scenes are both phenomenal. But after that, I cannot wait for next week, because next week is another 2-parter. We got episode 5 and 6 next week, so like, are we gonna get full on Punisher? I have a feeling like after that tease at the end, we're gonna get Muse finally like fully integrated into here. We're gonna get some Muse action. I cannot wait for that. But also that tease there at the end, we're seeing that Daredevil and Kingpin are also back. Matt's getting back into the swing of things, and then you see that, yeah, Kingpin never really left. He's had Adam locked away here for who knows how long, so it's like he's still Kingpin. And we even got to see a little bit more of that intense side of Kingpin earlier on in the episode when he was screaming at all his people in the office. So with those teases of Daredevil and Kingpin and Muse and Punisher, what is going to go down next week? Man, I cannot wait. Also, just a couple other little things. It's just like, I really like that they've gone like full R rating here, with like not holding back with even like the F-bombs and stuff like that. We haven't really gotten to see that extreme of violence yet, but I'm sure that'll change. It's just like up to this point, we've only really had one action sequence with Daredevil, and then that small one at the end of episode 2, which like in early drafts of Born Again, it was like he wasn't going to put the suit on until like episode 4. Like they gave us that awesome sequence right out the gate, and then they slowed things down. It's like, alright, we're going to ease our way back into this now. But now we're entering that like second half of the season territory where things are going to really amp up. But also just like the small little Easter eggs in here, like we got a mention of Skrulls, which was like the last thing I expected to be mentioned in Daredevil Born Again. And like the Miles Morales Easter egg we had last week, just like these little things that like you wouldn't expect in a Daredevil show. It's just like they're really cool connections. And do I even need to say it, like Charlie Cox, Vincent D'Onofrio, John Bernthal are just so perfect in these roles that I can't see anyone else playing these characters. So that's gonna do it for my reaction to Daredevil Born Again episode 4, Sic Semper Systema. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.